Welcome back to X4. So today I thought we'd take a look at a few things. One is the war missions, which we haven't really got to that much yet. We've been setting up our own infrastructure across the universe. And the other thing is to take a look at some of the defenses of our own stations and see if we can upgrade those. So one of the things you can do with your stations, in this case the player HQ, is the same thing you should do in the regular missions, the ones we get to, well, you have to build stations for people. If we want to put turrets in here, we absolutely can do, and I've asked for those to be built here. The builder is still on its way, however, so it will take it a little bit of time to get here and then for everything to start up. However, I've done the same thing as the missions. I'm not going to show that on camera because we showed it in the missions. Basically add turrets and shields to your modules. However, that's not the only way and not the only type of defense we could add. One of the other things we could do, I've just finished cleaning up a few xenon and a few kayak near these super highways, and you'll notice that over here I've lost one of my pulsars. Yes, it decided to go and attack them, and got itself blown up in the resulting firefight. So the pulsars are not terribly tanky. Yeah, they're just basically missile gunboats. So use them appropriately in your own games. However, that means if we're going to consistently get enemies appearing around here as they're coming into this system, we don't want them to have to go all the way over to our HQ and then only its defenses only engage when they get close enough. No, we sort of want to eliminate them before they get there. So that sort of leads us on to thinking about buying some towers or laser towers. So I'm just going to head over to... well, we need to actually go and find out where they're sold, first of all. I would assume at the equipment or nearby equipment dock. So why don't I go... I want an equipment dock close to the war missions as well, because we're going to want to pick those stuff up. And the easiest way... well, we can do that equipment dock. Let's just go for this one. And start guidance there. And hopefully there won't be too much stuff attacking our station in the meantime, or at least the people around. It affects the traders more than anything else. I want to make sure that they don't have much of a problem bringing resources to our station, or indeed buying stuff from our station, as the case may be in this one, because it produces energy cells. And there's lots and lots of traders and miners around, maybe. In any case, off to the station to go and buy some laser towers, and we'll see if there are any other upgrades that we can buy. And come to think of it, my Nemesis doesn't really have the cargo space for this, so I thought I'd buy a new Mercury Vanguard, and purely for me to fly, really, or for me to go and deploy stuff. So we probably want to buy a few things, maybe a few satellites, but they're not really essential. Same thing with nav beacons, we may as well buy a few, and resource probes again, a few. But the main thing is, and I can't find a station that sells Mark II laser turrets, well, laser towers for now. However, we can buy Mark 1s. So these are 20 grand each. So, you know, 200 grand for 10, obviously, and 2 million for 100. So why don't we just buy about, let's say 30. Seems to be a reasonable amount. And, you know, friend foe mines. We can have a play with those. I'm not necessarily going to need, well, I don't want regular mines. Tracker mines will be interesting, but friend foe mines, we can have a look at those and see if they actually work pretty well. I've just gone for the minimum loadout here, although I probably will upgrade the engines. So combat Mark 3s, I know it's only a sort of transport ship, but we may as well be able to get away if we can. And shield generators, we'll upgrade those. Turrets, we'll upgrade those as well, just because it's a mine layer essentially. And do we want beams? Yeah, let's just put beams on it for now. Software, we will have the docking computer, and I will upgrade this one. There we go. That's pretty much everything. Crew, we need a couple, at least. Let's put 3 just in case one has a bit of an accident, and let's take some marines along as well. Why not? So that's 2 million, unfortunately, but yeah, it's worthwhile investment, mainly for the cargo more than anything else. And we'll start that building. It's going to appear down here, so we should be able to get that in about a minute or so. And the captain here turns out to be a 3-star pilot this time, so we can actually use him later as an alpha trader if we want to. So why don't we just jump across there, teleport 2. There we go.
Entering system. Argon Prime.
Okay, this is a nice, nice looking bridge, flight deck. This is pretty much a giant tube, however. And the captain is Latasha Colt. All right, so let's take over for you. Yep, it's another bring your helmet to work day, it seems. Also, it's like wearing sunglasses indoors. How do you even see out of the thing? Anyway, let's go and undock. And they sort of, yeah, they should learn a lesson from Rebirth as well. In Rebirth, active panels were actual flight displays and stuff like that, and that caused a few issues. But for now, wow. Does this thing not have a boost extension? Or is this how fast it actually goes? Oh no, there we go. There we go. Once we're out, we're fine. Okay, so we're going to head over to, I think, one good place to do that would be to stem the tide coming through Hatikva's choice, is around here. See this jump gate? That heads off to one of the xenon systems, Tharkus Cascade. Sectors even. So why don't we sort of head for this solar power plant here, start guidance, and I'll see you over there for deploying some hardware. And here's the jump gate to Tharkus Cascade, and we're just sitting just below it. I think I'm just going to move down a little bit further if I can do, and I'm not quite sure what distance I want to deploy the stuff here at. Mainly my concern is that if I get them too close to the gate, and we're going to deploy laser towers, by the way. If I get them too close to the gate, I don't want to be some obstruction for any passing traffic going the other way, i.e. if we want to send attackers, shall we say. So I'm going to get a little bit closer, and then we'll just sort of ring the gate if we can do with these towers. Of course, we can look on our external view, give us a little better idea. And of course, we should be able to go to a view where we can look all the way around this thing. See, looks pretty good, even for a tube. All right, and back to regular view. So let's come to an all stop. Are we now sort of where I was expecting? Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, so I just want to basically deploy the laser towers sort of all around this gate. And that means we'll probably have to deploy them while we're moving. So put the first one down. Deploy military laser tower Mark 1. That should have gone out. And I'm going to start moving slowly just so that we don't try and deploy one on top of another. And there we go. So maybe around 20 meters per second, something like that. And then we just keep sort of this side of the gate. Really doesn't matter too much. They should have enough range. And we'll start making a circuit around it and dropping, obviously, turrets as we go. Towers, not turrets. Gah. And there we go, pretty much one complete ring. Now, it's not going to be an amazingly accurate ring. However, if we just zoom in here, you'll see, it's sort of circling. I've missed in a couple of spaces. However, hopefully that's within range for anything that comes nearby. And is that including this? Show me guidance to that raiding party, please. And why don't you come to an all stop and we can have a look to see if things are firing. Unless it already died. Did it already die? Yeah, it already died. It may have made the mistake of attacking one of my laser towers, which is probably a bad idea. Oh, and there comes another raiding party. Okay, so it's already coming through the gate pretty fast. You'll see the laser towers all rotated to face it and not necessarily, well, not necessarily firing fast enough. So maybe we need to put something else further out. For now, I'll leave them as is. You know, hopefully we'll get some go near the actual gate, but you know, we can always deploy another ring later. However, we're also going to want to do the same thing roughly around our, well, not necessarily around our base HQ, but near the superhighways near our HQ. So to do that, while I go to the war missions, I'm going to go and send this ship back over there. So let's go and have a look. Let's just go to my, not the Cerberus, I want my Albion Skunk, and whoops, I want to go and teleport over there. And then I want to send my deployer over to, yeah, let's tell it to dock at our home base. And that should be heading over there pretty soon. Yeah, it's going to head over there. One other thing for my property owned, these these traders have again stopped. Again, I will probably get them to dump their stuff in Hitikva's choice, probably you know, around here or something like that. So transfer wares with, and it's Claytronics. So station has quite a lot of that already. However, this should free them up again for auto trading, assuming that they are still doing the auto trading stuff. Storage behavior. Yeah, they should be still auto trading. So occasionally we may have to just kick them into action. Anyway, over to deploying defenses at the base HQ. And here we are in Hitikva's choice, and let's go and take a look at the guild missions. They're basically Argon versus Xenon, so I call them war missions, but they are called guild missions in game. So gather intel, preemptive offensive, and okay, and safeguard against potential invasion, secure resources, and assemble fleet and build a military base. That seems like it's a longer term mission. Why don't you go for the gather intel mission to get started, and let's see if the Xenon are a little bit more dangerous yet. They probably are, but let's go and give it a go anyway. So what does it have us do? We have to scan a specified module, so we need to go and find it first of all. Okay, where are you sending us to? Are you going to even tell me? No? 1 second. Mission manager. Module deep scan. We need to scan a Xenon dock. Okay, so we're gonna have to go and find a Xenon dock. It doesn't specify where. Anywhere's good. So I guess we got to go through that gate we just well, not mined, but put lots of laser turrets in place around. So let's start guidance over that way, and I'll see you hopefully at a dock, and hopefully not without getting blown to pieces. Now, I did go through into the Tharkas Cascade, and there were 4 stations in there. None of them actually had a dock module on them. So until I actually find one with a dock module, I can't seem to complete that mission. There are a number of ships flying through, as you'll see here from the various hull damage that our laser towers have been taking. Laser towers have been winning almost invariably. Unfortunately, when they do, I don't get any money from the police for destroying the Xenon. Such a shame. Although maybe they have to actually attack something else other than my property. I mean, yeah, the police don't seem to want, excuse me, don't seem to want to pay me for defending my own property. Anyway, so I can't really do that mission at the moment, and what I've been thinking about anyway is doing a restart because of lack of ships really coming through. Maybe you want to put in the comments below whether you think that's a good idea. Or if you did it yourself, given that the war is apparently fixed in 1.5 onwards. Let me know if restart did you a world of good about restarting the war. It doesn't take very long, of course, to do a restart, but I didn't want to actually do that without you guys actually having an opinion on it. Anyway, since we can't do that mission, we're going to have to go and look at some of the others. Oh, there's a target. Where are you? The other thought I had was, other than the laser towers of Mark 1 don't have any shields on them. Maybe the Mark 2s do, but again, I haven't seen where they are yet. Maybe they're only sold by the subsidiary factions, so we'd probably have to go and have a look for Antiquity Memorial. In fact, we could probably check that out without actually going anywhere. If we just go over to the Antiquity Memorial wharf and go to buy ships, and then we should be able to choose a ship. Doesn't really much matter which one. Mercury. And do you show... No, you're still showing laser tower Mark 1, so I don't see any Mark 2s anywhere that we can buy. The other thing I could think of, instead of having laser towers, which might eventually get destroyed, is to have a small capital fleet. So they'll start positioning at the sort of entrances from hostile space into our areas. And hopefully they would have enough firepower, or at least shields, not to get too harmed by the xenon, or xenon. Come on, down you go. One more pass. There we go.
Container.
Yeah, trade goods. Still haven't found a way, by the way, of offloading stuff that's considered illegal. Yeah, space flags are illegal to the Argon, so I'm flying around with legal goods. Obviously, they're in my player inventory, so switching ships doesn't help. And the only thing I can think of is to actually sell them, which I don't want to do because I want to assemble the caviar, which sells for $1 million each. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. So I then took the next mission on the rack, and we've got defense preparations to deploy static defense, which seems to be fairly straightforward. It's basically asking us to go to this Argon defense platform here, and it wants us to deploy 3 laser towers. So I've sent my little deployer ship over here because it's got all those already. Sensor gap needs plugging, so we have to deploy some satellites. That's not terribly hard. That same trader ship has some satellites, and then it wants us to deploy some mines. Now we don't have any mines. I didn't pick it up any up, remember, so I will have to go and do that. That's not going to be a problem. And then we have to deliver a specialist to the front, so we have to move this guy presumably to a Claytronics factory. Again, that should be straightforward. We can probably do that on our current ship. So first of all, we have to wait for our trader, or a little deployer craft, to get in position. And here we are, we've arrived at the target area. It is quite a small area around the station, so if you want to look at this, we have to be pretty close. We're about 8 kilometers away, 6 kilometers away. So anywhere inside maybe 5 kilometers from the station should be enough. So we're just going to bring ourselves in, and hopefully we're in the target area now. It looks like it. So anywhere in here will do. But generally, again, remember when you're deploying placeables like this, you want to do it in such a way that you're basically not standing still, because it gets deployed behind you. So if we go into F2 mode, you'll see what I mean. If I go into deploy military and then the laser tower, you'll see it pop out the back of the ship, or it should do, I would have thought. Although it... Oh no, it didn't show up. There it is on the bottom. Laser Tower Mark 1. It does generally show it coming out the back of the ship. Maybe that's just this one. Let's try that again. Doesn't really much matter where we deploy these here. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it just didn't show as a green highlight. You hopefully see it at the bottom of the screen there. And we'll do the same thing. That's 2 out of 3. 3 out of 3. Great. So now we have to deploy some satellites in a selected area, so let's go and turn around. And let's see where the area it has for us is. Let's go and have a look. It wants us to put them... okay, we're going along the highway then. Let's zoom out. There it is, in Silent Witness. Okay. So why don't we just tell it to start guidance to that position, and we'll follow that along until we get to the place. Now we could of course go across to the shipyard first and pick up some mines, but I'll do this in order. Because you've seen this already done, I'm going to skip forwards to the 4th part, I think, where you have to escort someone around. I'll just come back a little bit early. This 3rd section is to drop some mines, and it happens to be dropping the mines right in front of the gate that we've deployed our ring of turrets at, so our ring of towers at even. So yeah, quite happy with the location. I just thought I'd mention it just because it's a nice logical place to put them. So let's just I guess just drop them around about here, and again we'll just make sure that we're traveling forwards a little bit before dropping some mines. And that's one. Yeah, that is actually counting, so I'll complete the rest of this stage. Okay, with the mine section over, and by the way, please make sure you deploy mines at full speed, not just at 20-30 meters per second. You don't want to blow yourself up while deploying mines when they go active. Just a slight thought. Not that I ever would do anything like that. I did actually find where the Laser Tower Mark IIs are. They appear to be at the shipyard, and they're an option when, well, certainly an option when buying a capital ship. We don't have quite enough money for that yet to equip a capital ship, a carrier at least. It's probably around about 17 or 18 million. The chassis is about 11 million of that, so I'm going to need more trading yet. All the trading of the Claytronics that got stuck in our traders because they couldn't sell it anywhere, I'm manually moving that out of our container storage now and just selling it off as and when people actually want it. There's probably no profit there, but it's actually just occupying it's assets that we need to liquidate back into credits anyway. So we're approaching the this meat factory. I think this is where it wants us to go. to go and speak to someone. We're in Morningstar 3, which is just off Hatikva's choice. So we're heading this way into basically the unknown, but we can of course do a scan and see if there's anything else out here. Well, just the one station it seems. Oh no, there's some more as it echoes outwards. Great. So yeah, I may have to do some more exploration later. In the meantime, oh, in fact, it's not a station. It's another way to get to a different sector. Okay. So let's just get to where it wants us to go to then. And we're here in Morningstar 4. It's the next sector over at a particular meat factory. So we're going to just drop out of travel mode and get close enough for this. So we're going to have to go and speak to someone on board. I'm able to teleport over, actually. Let's go and have a look if I can do that. Or if they disable teleport. Yeah, I think they've disabled teleport to stations now. Remember when I went and had a look at the xenon station? Maybe they just didn't like that too much. So, yeah. Presumably I can only teleport to my own ships now. So let's go and dock wherever it wants us to. There we go. And slow down and get ready for docking. Lots of criminal activity out here, but yeah, let's hope they don't want to blow our ship up. And we're aboard the station, so let's go and see what we have to see in conference room 866, apparently. Not that they've given us any other conference room locations. Let's go this way.
Hello.
Come on board.
You don't have enough room on your ship right now.
Can we get rid of some crew then? Let's have a look. We want to deploy a 1. Information. Can we get rid of crew this way? Crew. I've got Marines. I guess I could reduce the number of Marines, but it won't let me confirm. Interesting. Maybe they can't get off. Well, I guess. Could I find the captain and promote someone? You can communicate with each of the individuals, so let's just see if there's more options, and we're going to fire you. Yep. Great. So to do that, it's further down in the option. Go into full crew list. You can get into captain, service crew, Marines. You can just get hold of one of the Marines and actually fire them. So hopefully we should have enough room now. Maybe. Let's go and see if he'll join us.
Hello.
Come aboard. Yep. Wow, he's fast. Okay. Yeah, so here we go. And now we have to go to a Claytronics factory. So where is the Claytronics factory? Would be nice if it showed us more easily than this. Where is it actually going to send us? Let's actually get onto the captain's ship with our sort of really not aware of... Take your helmet off. Fine. Really nervous, Captain. Anyway, undock. There we go. Let's turn around. This ship is not terribly fast, has to be said. And we head back out. And of course, we just need to go to that other Claytronics factory. And it says at least we need to go to Morningstar, so we're going to have to head that way. And that will take us down here. And still doesn't say. Okay. I'll follow it anyway, and I'll join me back for completion. And here we are coming off our delivery, so let's just get in here as we normally would. And face the right direction. Maybe it'll let us in. I'm almost sure I did put an actual docking computer on this thing.
Please halt. We will be scanning your inventory.
There we go. Down, and hopefully we get the mission completion.
We've detected contraband.
Yeah, they don't like my contraband, but we've just docked. Okay, well, let's just get up for a second. Yep, so deliver specialist to the front is complete, and that mission then should be complete as well. So look, yep, guild missions, no current missions. So we've got some bit more reputation, and you see my amount of credits is now above 12 million. We've got 2 more million coming in from trades, and even so, we've still got a lot of Claytronics stuck in that storage station up here, so I am just going to continue using these training ships to go and get it. So let's just show you that while I'm actually doing that. So number 1 is waiting. So we can go and select it, right click on this, transfer where's with, and then just grab as much Claytronics as we can when it'll let me. There we go. So there's 718, so there's probably 2 more ships worth. So each of these shiploads are worth about 1.5 million. So we've got another 4.5 million. So we're coming up to the amount for a capital, although we probably want to just keep on increasing the number of miners and the number of traders. There we go. So that will go and get a full load. And then we have Claytronics on the filter settings. So we can, if we zoom out, we should just be able to right click here and choose to sell it for 1.5 million credits. And we'll do the same thing, of course, with the other 2 training ships. And our second mission station also has 1,364, so that's about four sort of cargo ships worth. So again, if we pick up 341, and then if we go and sell that, this is just with our deployer ship now, because that's also essentially a trading ship, so we can sell that. Okay, and you'll see we've got 6 million due from trades now, on top of the 12 million, 7.5. So this is starting to count the actual amount that we've got in transit, or the amount we've got in the queue, if you like. So that's continuing to increase. So that should pass 20 million pretty soon. In fact, probably more like 23, 24 million with all of this activity going on. For the large part, however, I've taken Claytronics out of the auto trade behaviors for our trading ships, because if they fail, it's just that they just get stuck. So let's just have a look at number 6 here. Number 6 looks to be stuck, and you've got Claytronics. Yeah, so if I just go here and remove Claytronics, just so they don't get stuck with it, and then we'll just tell them to go and sell what they have. There we go. We'll get a little bit of profit, but otherwise, you know, just to make sure they're not blocked up. So they're probably going to have to buy more trading ships, and we'll do that so that, yeah, maybe about 20 trading ships, and then we'll increase the number of miners too. But that should start to continue to increase our trading balance. And with that mission done, another episode is pretty much complete. We're approaching the end of about half an hour or so. So I'm going to leave it here for this episode. We may get into capitals next episode, and ideally, if those laser towers get blown out of the sky, we can replace them with Mark IIs and maybe deploy further rings all over the place. Obviously, these missions that we're getting are sending us to new places we haven't been to before. So Morningstar 3 and 4 are sort of next to Tharkus Cascade, so it sort of makes a link. I'm not sure if Morningstar 4 is linked to either one of these two. The only way I know of getting to Tharkus Cascade is through that jump gate. So we'll see as we go around. And obviously, as we do the other guild missions as and when we can for, you know, the Paranid, etc., then we'll start to open up the other areas that we can't see yet around the outside of the map. However, most of the main parts of the game's systems I've actually covered so far. So if you have any questions, if there's stuff you haven't seen covered so far, put them in the comments below and I'll try and cover them in a future video. Otherwise, as always, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Feel free to leave it a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. Of course, click the bell or follow me on Twitter @Greyduster if you want to get notifications that way. I have now contacted the winner of the giveaway for, well, as I pass 10,000 subscribers. So if you are checking your email, if you've received an email and if you've received an email, then just respond. You'll need to give me your Steam account name. Is the main thing, and the choice of game. Good luck for the winner, and I'll maybe announce them after they give them permission, of course, in the next video. Otherwise, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time for some more X4.